guys, how's it going? So today I'm going to be taking you through a mobility and core class. So once again, like always, we're going to start from our ankles and work our way up. So if you have a space or a wall, you're just going to go over to the wall. You're putting your foot about 5 inches out from the wall ideally, and you want to bring your knee into the wall while keeping your heel nice and flat on the ground. So you're going to do that movement 10 times. Pausing each time you tap the wall. And on the 10th one, you're just going to hold this position. And swap legs. So once again, foot 5 inches out from the wall, heel stays on the ground. You're bringing your knee in to touch the wall. And hold. Perfect. Coming over to your mat, you're going to be getting into a deep squat. So when you're in the deep squat, your heels want to be flat on the ground and your back is straight. If you find that your heels are lifting up or that your back is rounding, you can use a weight or a table just to kind of steady yourself. So really sink back into the squat, keep your heels flat, and keep your back nice and straight. And you just want to hold this position. And now shift weight, going from left to right. Put your right hand up in the air. And the left. Hands down. And just extend your legs. Slowly come up. Move this out of the way. Once again, you're going to reach forward, hinging at your hips, keeping your back as straight as possible, bringing your hands to the ground. If your hands can't reach the ground, just bring them to your shins. And slowly up. You're crossing your right leg over your left, and you're going back down again. And switch legs, so cross the left over right, and go back down. Slowly up. This time when you go down, you're walking your hands out, pushing the base of your hand into the ground, up by your ears. Your back is nice and straight. If your back isn't straight, just put a nice bend in your knee. And from here, you're just going to walk your heels up and down. You're going to take your right leg, bring it up. In between your legs, you're dropping your back knee, and you're pushing your hip, not your knee, forward. And give 8 circles backwards. And opposite direction. You're bringing your hands onto the inside of your foot. Your back foot is coming up and turning outwards, and you're gonna lift the opposite arm off of the ground. Hands back down. You're bringing your foot back, hips into the air, and walking your feet out again. You're going to take that same right leg, bringing it up and slowly to the outside of your hand. From here, you're dropping your elbows to the ground. Coming up from here, what I want you to do is just kind of put a bit of pressure on your right knee and try and bring it out as far as you can to the right. So open. Perfect. Bring that leg back. Put those hips up in the air. Walk your heels up and down, and you're switching over to your left leg. So left leg is coming up. In between your hands, back leg drops, and you're pushing your hip forward. And 8 circles. And switch. Perfect. Hands come to the inside of your leg. Back foot goes up, turn sideways, and you're lifting your hand off of the ground. Hands go down, foot goes back, hips go up, walking your feet up and down. And that left leg is slowly coming out to the side. And from here, you're dropping your elbows to the ground. Hands come up, and you're just pushing your knee outwards, opening up your hips on this leg. Perfect. Foot goes back, knees go down, and you're going to go into child's pose. Your hands over to the right. And over to the left. Back to center, and you're going to go into tabletop position. From here, you're going to do 12 cat camels, so you're rounding your back. And then arching your spine. And you're going to do that 12. From here, you're taking your right arm, putting it behind the back of your ear, and you're just twisting to the point which your T-spine allows. So your hips aren't moving, your hips are staying square. You're just putting your hand behind your ear and twisting 8 times. And switch sides. So we're going to do the same thing, except this time your forearm's coming up and you're dropping your shoulder down. 8 times on each side as well. And switch. Perfect. Once you've done 8 on each side, your hips are staying high in the air, and you're just walking your hands out and sinking into a high child's pose. Okay. Bringing your hands over to the right. And over to the left. Back to center, and from here you're taking one arm and just dropping your shoulder while keeping the other one extended. And swap arms. Back to center, and from here, hips and come into the cobra stretch. Here you're going to drop your right leg. Drop your right leg, drop your right shoulder. And drop your left. Come straight down. Arms extended, you're going to take your left leg first, bring it across your body. And switch over to the right. From here, you're taking your thumbs, putting them over your head, and then bringing them down behind your back. So over your head, and then behind your back. And you're going to do that 10 times. Keeping your thumbs behind your back, you're just gonna drop your elbows to the floor. Okay, from here, you're gonna go onto your side, grabbing the top of your right foot. You're gonna push your hip forward, and this will deepen the quad stretch. And switch sides. Perfect. Onto your back. From here, your right leg is down. You're taking your left leg, pulling it across your body and putting a tiny bit of pressure on your knee. Both shoulders are staying on the floor. And we'll hold this. Bringing your right arm out, you're taking your left hand, bringing it across your body and back over. And we're going to do that 8 times. And switch. So left leg on the ground, right leg you're bringing across your body, putting a bit of pressure, both shoulders staying on the ground. And your arm is coming across your body and back down 8 times. Perfect. Laying flat on your back, your knees can be bent up. You're keeping your fingers, your wrist, and your elbows flat on the ground. And you're bringing your elbows into your core. So these are called floor angels. The idea is to keep all 3 as close to the ground as possible as you bring them in towards your torso. And we're going to do this movement 8 times. Perfect. Once you've done that 8 times, you're going to slowly sit up. From here, you're going to take your right foot, place it on top of your knee, and you're pushing your knee down towards the mat. And switch sides. Perfect. You're going to lift your left hand off the ground. Your right hand is staying on the ground, and you're just driving your hips up into the air 8 times. And you're going to switch sides. So left hand stays on the ground, right hand is up, driving your hips into the air. Once you've done that 8 times, your left leg is going to be extended. Your right foot is in the upper part of your inner thigh. You're hinging at your hips, grabbing onto your foot. If your back is really rounding or if it's causing you pain, keep your back straight and just come to your shin or your knee. You're going to take that same leg, bring it out to the side so your body's facing forward. Your leg is just going out to the left, and you're hinging sideways. And switch. Right leg is comes into the upper inner part of your thigh, hinging at your hips, grabbing onto your foot. And foot out to the side, hinging sideways. Keeping your back straight, you're putting your feet together, your chest is up and your knees are going down. A 90-90 stretch. Degrees. You're sitting up tall, nice and straight, and you're going to put a tiny bit of pressure towards your back foot. Here, you're just going to hinge forward, falling over your front leg. Sitting up nice and tall again, you're going to lift your back foot in a controlled motion 12 times off of the ground. Perfect. From here, you're going to switch. So once again, legs are degrees. Tall, putting it on your back leg. And falling over your front. Sitting up nice and tall, lifting that back leg up off the ground 12 times. Nice and controlled. Perfect. Next, I'm going to have you starting on your knees, and you're going to be pointing your toes outwards. You can they don't have to be nice and close, so you can kind of just find a comfortable position. So your toes are pointing outwards. You're coming down onto your elbows, and from here you're rocking forward, and you're just going to sink backwards and hold this position. And rock forwards again, and sink back. Perfect. Bringing your knees together, sitting on top of your feet, so the top of your foot should be nice and flat. You're just going to bring your arm across your body, putting pressure before or after the joint. And bring that same arm up and over, pushing your elbow backwards. And switch across your and up and over, pushing on your elbow. Hands behind your back, stretching your chest out. And you're going to bring your forehead parallel with the ceiling. Chin to chest. Look over your right shoulder. And over your left. Perfect. So next we're going to go into the core portion of the class. So we're going to be doing 20 crunches, 20 bicycle crunches, 20 shoulder taps, and 20 leg lifts. And we're going to do that set 3 times. So no breaks in between each of those exercises, but you'll get a break in between each set. So we're going to start off with the crunches first. So I'll have you on your backs. And we'll get going in 3, 2, 1, go. So you can do these at your own pace. Next into bicycle crunches, so it's 20 per side here. Next we'll do leg lifts. So we're on the ground and that one makes sense. So legs straight up and back down. 20 times. Perfect. Once you've done 20 leg lifts, we're going to go into shoulder taps. So from here, you're going into a high plank position, and you're just tapping your shoulders. So the idea is not to move. You're staying as still as you can, and that's 20 on each side. Already we've done 5. and rest. So take a rest between that set before we move on to the next. We're going to do that 2 more times. It's really hot here.
That's it.
So let's get back into it with 20 crunches, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Bicycle crunches. Twenty leg lifts. 20 shoulder taps. So back into high plank and tapping your shoulders. 20 per side. And rest. And we'll do that one more time. All right, last round. Okay, starting with 20 crunches in 3, 2, 1, go. On to bicycle crunches. Twenty leg lifts. I think these are the worst. halfway. And shoulder taps. Last exercise. Into high plank and go. Perfect. Great job, everyone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week on Tuesday.